Nameco here, Dustin there, and Dustin.
What
video is this?
Everyone loves a sleeper.
There we go. Slash
Undervalued.
All right, so this is what we're doing. In this day and age, it's hard to get a sleeper that nobody's heard about. So what we really like to do is look at the average draft position and pick out guys that we think are going a little too late that we'd actually like to get a little bit earlier, or based on their ADP. We love when we can scoop them up in drafts. Just note, we're shooting this in July. It's mid-end of July, so obviously the ADPs could change. But first, Dustin, talk about something amazing.
Thank you to Fantasy Jocks for sponsoring these videos again this preseason. Check out their website. They got some really cool stuff. They got belts, they got rings, they got trophies, they got loser prizes. If you don't have that stuff in your league, I'm telling you, it makes it so much more fun. And you can win this very belt by sharing our running back video on our Facebook page. Go on there, just share it. We are going to randomly pick a winner before the season starts.
FantasyJocks.com. It is fantastic. Go check them out. All right, first guy I'm talking about is Kyle Rudolph. Yes, a tight end that's going around pick 90, 9th tight end off the board. And it's kind of nuts to us because everybody was like, oh, there's so much potential there. He's going to be great. And then, oh, he's just using the red zone. He's not that good. So he slipped down drafts. Last year he had an amazing season. He had 83 catches, 7 touchdowns, 840 yards. So the potential was finally realized. And now, again, he's the 9th tight end off the board. So we don't necessarily get it. Sam Bradford absolutely loves him. He's a target monster, it feels like, when it comes to it. And I don't really trust strength of schedule, but he does have the easiest tight end schedule in the league based on last year's stats. Obviously, defense changes so much, but just take that into consideration. We think he has another very solid year, and we love where you can get him in the draft.
First guy I'm talking about is Mr. Tevin Coleman. This is a guy we've liked for a lot of years now, since he came into the league. Exciting player. He's currently going about 66, which really isn't that far off of where we think he should be going, but we see him go over guys like Gore, guys like Blunt, and I get it, they're safer plays, but Tevin has flex appeal even with Freeman healthy. So it's a pretty safe pick even with that, but if Freeman were to get hurt, all of a sudden you have an RB1, and for where he's going, none of those guys are going to be RB1s. I mean, so it's kind of a safe flex play pick with upside. That's why we think he's a little undervalued, just because of what he could be if a Freeman injury happens.
Next on my list is a guy that I personally love, and I don't know why, but it's Mike Gillislee of the New England Patriots. And normally here at Smack Talk we say, don't take New England Patriots running backs. They're frustrating to own. It's insane. We never they game plan, and they might have 10 touches one week and then 30 the next, and only one the week. So yes, all of that is very true. However, Blunt last year had 18 touchdowns. I actually believe, and I do love me some Blunt, had him in a lot of leagues last year, but I do believe that Gillislee is a more talented running back than him, so he takes that role. Will he get 18 touchdowns? I mean, highly, highly doubtful, but I personally think he's going to get a lot of run this year. I think they built this team to get Brady 1 or 2 more championships. I don't think he's actually playing to 40. I think it's a big sham, but his ADP right now is 77, RB 29th off the board, 29. That's ridiculous to me. Mike Gillislee will be on a lot of Nameco teams, and I hope he does well.
Playing until he's when in the already 40?
He said, who, Brady?
Yeah.
He ain't 40 yet.
Not 40 yet?
No.
I thought he was 40. I thought he said he was going to play till he's like 45 or something crazy. He's an old man. He's an old man. Eric Decker's next. His ADP is 96. Decker's getting no love. I don't really understand it. Now, I was talking to one of my buddies the other day, big football fan, big fantasy football fan, and I was, hey, Tennessee's offense, that's pretty exciting, right? It's like, I can't buy into it. They've been so bad for so long, but it's time to get excited about Tennessee's offense. They were 14th in the league last year, 23.8 points per game. I see that going up this year with all the weapons that they've added. And Eric Decker's going after guys like Deshaun Jackson, Corey Davis. I just don't see why people aren't respecting what Decker could potentially do for that offense, especially in the red zone. If he stays healthy, I'm seeing double-digit touchdowns.
He might have said play till he's 50. I didn't listen to anything you said right there, by the way. He might have said play till he's 50 and he's over 40. Either way.
He's an old man.
Yeah, there we go. Next on my list is a guy that is a freak of nature. It's Adrian Peterson, now with the New Orleans Saints. So as we are shooting this, he's going around pick 70, the 25th running back off the board. And, Ingram's going over him as of right now. And for us, this is a guy that you can get in the mid-rounds of your draft that could end up, if staying healthy, everything goes right, he could be the #1 player in fantasy. It's kind of nuts to think, but He is, and there's nobody you're drafting around him that has that potential. Adrian Peterson was obviously hurt in 2016. 2015, he had almost 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4.5 yards a carry. He's on a great Saints offense, and of course, he's gonna split carries, and Ingram is there, but Sean Payton hates Ingram for some reason, so Peterson, a couple more good reports, we see this ADP keep up climbing up, and we do think he's gonna be good this year.
It's only gonna take a couple reports before Peterson's going in like the second round.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Jamison Crowder is the next guy I want to talk about. Here's the deal with the Redskins. You know, they lost Jackson, they lost Garcon, but they got Pryor. But obviously there's still a big hole at wide receiver 2, and that's going to be Crowder. In 2015, Cousins threw for over 4,100 yards. 2016 threw for over 4,900 yards. He's still playing for his long-term contract. So even if they throw for 4,500 plus yards, Pryor's going to get his, Reed's going to get his.
Josh Doxson's there.
Doxson's there,
not
but
proven at all.
I mean, but Crowder is going to be a target monster.
He is.
We kind of see him as a Landry type player, maybe 130 targets this year, maybe 100 catches. We just don't understand why he's going 74th overall. It's just with his upside, and in PPR leagues, he's going to have such a high floor. We just really think Crowder should be getting more attention.
If you're in a point per reception league, you highlight him and you get him because it's fantastic. Next, going with another wide receiver, Willie Snead of the New Orleans Saints. Right now, he's going around pick 90, 35th wide receiver off the board. The thing that I really like about Willie Snead is that Cooks is gone. He got traded to New England. So while they have Thomas there, who is a stud, Willie Snead, I think, could have his best year that he's ever had in the NFL. Last year, he had 72 catches, almost 900 yards, and 4 touchdowns. With him getting a few more targets this year, realistically, he could be a 90,008 touchdown kind of guy. And based on where you're getting him around pick 90, that's just an absolute steal. I'm a big fan of Willie Snead, finding his way onto a lot of name code teams.
Next guy, Amir Abdullah for the Lions. Now this is a guy that's just battled injuries, but when he's been healthy, he's looked pretty good. I mean, they do have Theo Riddick out there who could catch some passes. They do have Matt Asiata, could battle for some goal lines. But when you look at where Abdullah's getting drafted, around the 70th pick, you know, behind guys in a lot of cases like Gore, Blunt, Lacey. I mean, all those guys have question marks. But I think I'd rather go with the youngest one out of the group and just hope that he just kind of really blossoms into a better player. I mean, it's just those old guys, they're not, I mean, with guys like Gore, I mean, you're just praying that he stays healthy and does close to what he did last year. But with a guy like Abdullah, at least it's more fun, there's more upside. If he does do well, you can get a lot more in a trade than you could ever get for a Gore that's playing decent. So it's kind of, I consider those things as well at that point in the draft. But at that point, I'd rather have young with upside, even though he has an injury past.
Last guy I'm speaking about is Benjamin, wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers. And he's an odd story, right? So his rookie year, he had 73 catches, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, and everybody was drooling all over him coming into the next year. Then he gets hurt, so he misses all of 15, so everybody's like, oh, okay, let's see what happens. And last year he did fairly well. He had 63 catches, almost 1,000 yards, and 7 touchdowns. So this year his ADP jumps up to 77. He's the 32nd wide receiver off the board. It's just, it's weird, right? I understand he's 1 year even farther away removed from his injury. He's almost going lower in drafts than he did last year with the upside. So Benjamin, he's a guy that's been slipping in drafts. If he keeps slipping in yours, just grab him. It's worth the risk. And
the last guy, one of my favorite undervalued guys to this point, Ty Montgomery, going about 54th overall right now. I love Montgomery.
It scares me, but go ahead.
Well, look, he's going after guys like Ware, Ingram, C.J. Anderson. They all have question marks around him. And when you look at what Montgomery did last year, I mean, the first couple games he wasn't really involved in the offense. After that, only double-digit carries 3 times, so okay, don't really like that. But 44 catches in 14 games. You got to get excited about that. But the key here is that Aaron Rodgers trusts this guy. He likes him back there, and I think that's going to play a big factor. If these rookies that they drafted don't really get caught up to speed very quickly, you know, Montgomery might not be getting 10-plus carries, but he's going to get 10-plus touches when you can figure out what he's going to do with his receiving. And it's just, for where he's going in the draft, for what he could be if he is a 15 to 20 touches a game guy on that offense, I mean, the upside's huge. Montgomery, I love him. I think he's well worth the gamble. It is a gamble, but I love it.
So that's it. Be sure to check out all of our other tiers, rankings, cheat sheet. Hit up Fantasy Jocks. Dustin, give a pen flip. Dustin, give a spike hit.
Get onto the website, get our cheat sheet, download it. It is free, and we will be updating it throughout the preseason as stuff happens. So,
because stuff always happens.
check it out.
I wasn't looking.